The Sega Saturn was the first disc-based console that I ever owned, and it was amazing to me at the time, and it still is. I had so many fond memories playing this system, so many great games, and we've been covering quite a bit of things with this over the past couple years, from different ways to play games, different video output options, retro access, SCART, S-Video, HD Retrovision component cables. We've looked at different types of controllers. And if you recall, not too long ago, we did take a look at this HD cable for the Super Nintendo from this company called Xtreme, and we had quite a bit of issues with this thing. And if you remember as well, I did bring up the reason why this company had hit me up is because I had purchased their Saturn HD cable and had tons of issues with it. I made a video on it. Check it out if you want to see it again. But they hit me up saying, hey, we fixed all these issues you had. The 4:3 aspect ratio problem, the image getting cut off, all those kind of things. We took care of it. Do you want to check it out? And it was like, okay, cool. I'll give it a chance. The other one was really crappy. Hopefully this one will improve upon that. So here it is, the HD cable for the Master Saturn system. Don't know why they say Master on all of these, but hey, it is what it is. The box is fairly similar to the Super Nintendo one. Power cable is required. Don't know what the hell's up with that, but you know what? It's required, so we're going to have to use it. Region-free, PAL, NTSC, doesn't matter. Now, here is what comes in the box. And as you see here, it does tell you, hey, you got the version 2, 4.3.16.9 Vision for your eyeballs. Upgraded feature. That's what I'm talking about. So we'll definitely have to see how that works out. But there you go. Newest version. So in the little baggie of goods here, we do get a few things. And I do kind of like a couple things they did with this versus the previous one we looked at. But here's the power cable that is required. Here's the little box with our 4.3.16.9 switch on the top, right above the Xtreme logo. So we're going to be doing this in 4.3. Here is our plug that goes into our system. And nicely enough, does come with a detachable HDMI cable, which I think is a good thing. Let you use whatever cable you want. The Super Nintendo one, it was just stuck to it, and I don't really care for that. Just a little more convenient when you can use your own cable. So before we plug this in, try it out. Let's see if this cable actually plugs in fine without any issue. And luckily enough, it does fit just fine, no issue. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase some footage from some games, and then at the end, I'll give you guys my thoughts and feelings on it. So we are going to be playing a few games off of my Rhea. I'm not sure what's on there, but hey, it's just as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. So let's get this started.
Fight! Get over here! Fight! Well done. Excellent. Well done. Finish him. Ready?
Round one, fight!
So there you guys go. What do you think of those visuals? I'm going to tell you right now, I was a little surprised with what I was seeing. I did not expect such a drastic improvement over their previous version. The previous version, the image was fairly muddy. The screen was cut off. You didn't have a 4:3 aspect ratio switch. And they did indeed fix those issues. I just thought they were blowing smoke, but no. They fixed them. The visuals don't look half bad. The audio is on point. Can't really complain about much. For a $30 cable, I know a lot of people are going to be interested in something like this. And my honest opinion here is, if this is something that interests you, I'm not really finding too many issues with it. There's tons of better options out there, more expensive options. Like what you're looking at right now, we are using HD Retrovision cables going through an OSSC. And if you compare these to the visuals from this HDMI cable, I'm sure you can see there's a difference, but for some people, they're not gonna care. Now, it's all about choice. There's no right or wrong answers. I could care less which direction you go, but I did have to say, I'm a little surprised. I mean, I'm not having any kind of visual distortions. I'm not having any kind of audio buzzing. Nothing that was wrong with the Super Nintendo cable that we looked at the other week is wrong with this one. So I'm not sure if they're like pulling the RGB signal from the system using this cable, because it seems like this company's doing things a little differently than other companies who are making these cables. The Super Nintendo cable, you know, if it wasn't for the input lag, the visual, you know, distortion, the interference that was going on, and the audio buzzing, it would have been a pretty good option, but there was just too much wrong with it. Whereas this one, I can't really knock anything because I'm not really seeing anything to knock. You know, like I said, there's better options to get better visuals, but this does not look like a muddy mess to me. So, yeah, I'm a little speechless with this one. You know, now as far as the input lag, perceivable, it feels like there's a little bit here, but nothing crazy anyway. You know, the Super Nintendo cable, it was nuts. It was just beyond belief. I could not play any games with that cable. With this one, it's still there, but it's not a crazy amount. For some people, it's not going to bother them. For others, they're going to notice it immediately. But I think the people who are in the market for something like this, it may be an acceptable level of input latency. Really, it just seems like maybe a few frames, but I'm not 100% because I have no way to test input lag on the Sega Saturn at this time. But just from my perceivable perception, it didn't really seem too much. So there you go. If you're interested in this cable, link will be in the description. It's not something I can jump up for joy and say, yes, I highly recommend this, because I still do prefer using my HD Retrovision cables. But if you're in the market for a cheap solution, you don't have a ton of different systems that you want to be able to use a OSSC or a RetroTink with, this may work for you. So hope this video helped. Really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We will be looking at a couple more cables from this company. Have not tested them yet, so not 100%, but I do have a cable for the PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and original Xbox. And from what I'm hearing, they're stating they're going to have ones for other systems as well. So, hey, we'll have to wait and see. So thank you, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye, and boom. Bye.